Hi there everyone, your pal Ral here with some more Pokemon Platinum. Last episode, we explored the survival area and more of the battle zone. This episode, we're going to continue doing just that, exploring more of the battle zone. So from here, where I'm at the junction of Route 226. We could either go north to Route 227, which is on the way to Stark Mountain, or Route 228. I'm going to save Stark Mountain for later, so we're just going to head on over to Route 228. I love this song. It's a really good one. Strong by the solitary presence, or the weak that mass together. Who can say which is better? I've been wondering about this, but no one can tell me. Why doesn't anyone study the molting of Pokemon? That's interesting, actually. I think there would be a lot you could tell from their molts. Anyways, Route 228. It is the obligatory desert route. And like with any other desert in the Pokemon games, there's going to be a perpetual sandstorm. And some trainers to fight. So, of course, because there's a sandstorm, you want to make sure that you have Pokemon that are resistant to it, such as ground types, rock types, or steel types, or Pokemon with the Sand Veil ability. Because you'll be taking chip damage every turn. Luckily, I have Genbu here, who is able to withstand sandstorms. And who's able to activate the Quick Claw when I need him to. I mean, it's not a guarantee or anything, but I'm pretty sure this Golduck could have outsped Genbu without it. There we go. And now, I also did some rearranging with my party off screen. Pretty sure I did. Let's see. Ooh, made neck trick. You know what? I'll put a Gion in. It's been a while since a Gion has seen some action. And I want to try out a Gion's new Earth Power. So, there we go. Yeah, all this thing can do really is just use Quick Attack, so not a threat. Okay, so how much is this gonna do? It's gonna knock it out. Perfect. Good job, Aegeon. Good job. What's next? What is next? Ooh, a Sand Slash. You know what? I'll keep you in. I will definitely keep you in. Actually, this is a good time to be talking about new wild Pokemon that we could find here. Because Sand Slash actually happens to be one of them. So, to find Sand Slash, you need to have a cartridge of Leaf Green inserted into your DS or DS Lite. Sand Slash, I mean, there's better ground types out there, in all honesty. But, I mean, the option is there if you want. I don't even think it gets Earthquake through leveling up. I think you would need to use a TM for that. But it's cool. Its defense are decent, at least its physical defense. But there really isn't much else going for Sand Slash. So, yeah. And now, for more wild Pokemon, we can actually find Diglett in its evolved form, Dugtrio here in the grass, which we haven't even seen any grass yet, but this family is known for being incredibly fast, and one of the abilities that they can get is Arena Trap. It's annoying fighting it as a wild Pokemon, but it's a really useful ability for you because Arena Trap prevents Pokemon that is going up against Diglett or Dugtrio from switching out unless they're flying type. So it's a really good way for trapping opponents and preventing them from switching out and giving you the opportunity to deal some damage with like Sucker Punch, or I think Dugtrio actually gets Memento, either as an egg move or through leveling up. So having that could actually be a really big help. But also, it can deal a decent amount of damage, learns Earthquake leveling up. Stone Edge, I think, is one of the moves it can get. So it does have some options in terms of type coverage. And I'd say overall it's a pretty reliable Pokemon. Next up, you can find Cacnia and its evolved form Cacturne. So Cacturne has the grass dark typing, which is pretty interesting, and it gets some interesting moves because of that, and its type coverage is actually pretty decent, but it does have that 4 times weakness to bug, which is kind of bad. And I think it's meant to be more of a physical attacker, if I remember correctly. But then also, one thing about it is that it has the ability Sand Veil, so when there's a sandstorm out, it will actually get a boost in evasion, which is pretty interesting. And it also prevents it from taking any damage in Sandstorm, even though it isn't any of the types that are immune to it. So that's interesting. It's a very interesting Pokemon. Next up, wow, voice crack. Next up, when there is a mass outbreak, or swarm, or whatever you want to call it, you can find the Pokemon Beldum. Beldum is a very, very good Pokemon. Very difficult to capture because it has a catch rate of 3 for whatever reason, which is the lowest possible catch rate a Pokemon can have. But it's there. It's an option that's definitely worth recommending. Now the thing is, Beldum will only have the move Takedown, so trying to catch it will be really, really difficult because of its low catch rate. It's going to constantly lower its HP thanks to Takedown, or eventually struggle if you just sounded a ghost type against it. Plus, its stats aren't really that good until it's fully evolved. It takes a little bit for it to be fully evolved into Metagross. It evolves at level 45, but luckily the Beldum that you can catch here are well past that level. But once it's fully evolved, it becomes one of the most useful Pokemon in the game. The Steel Psychic typing gives it quite a bit of resistances to things. It learns some interesting moves like Agility. You can get the Elemental Punches through Move Tutor, Meteor Mash for a nice, strong attack, or Zen Headbutt. And special attack isn't actually all that bad either, so it's definitely a Pokemon worth using if you are able to catch one. Again, the only problem is it is a pretty difficult Pokemon to catch, so be wary of that. So, yeah. Ooh, Gastrodon. You know what? Let's have a Gastrodon mirror match. Because mine is better. Obviously. But yeah, that's it for all the Pokemon that we can find in the grass. Once we get to some water, I'll talk about the new Pokemon that we can find there. But for now, I'm just gonna win. Or not. How much will Earth Power even do? I'm a little bit wary of using Surf, just because Surf might... Wait, its HP isn't going to be restored with Storm Drain, right? You know what, I'm going to try... Hold up, let me check. I'm a little bit forgetful right now, but... Let's see... I don't even have Storm Drain on a Geon here. You know what, let's try it. Okay, so it's not gonna nullify the damage. Or it might just have Sticky Hold. Huh. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, you have another Pokemon? I thought that was it. Okay then. It's just a Claydol. I mean, Surf is my best option here. You're faster. How dare you? Anyways, this route is actually a little bit interesting. There's multiple ways to navigate through the route, which I mean, it's just, you're going either north or south ultimately, but it's just the way you want to go about doing it. There's going through the grass, or just going like through the eastern side of the route, which I will actually show off right here. Let me actually, see, I feel invigorated from that battle. Okay then. Let's just put you here. So, if we go this way, first off, no item here, but there is actually this hidden entrance that wasn't here in Diamond and Pearl. It just leads to this cave with nothing but a hard stone. We've seen caves similar to this before, and I mean, there is something you can do here once you have the required thing for it, but I'm gonna go over that later. I could technically do it now, I guess, but I'll save showing off what purpose this place has for later. Anyways, just gonna continue going this way. Wait, did I miss that item? I did. What's here? I want this item. It's a protector. Okay then, if you want another one, I guess. If you want another Rhyperior, then there you go. Okay, I want this item. An iron. Neat. But yeah, this eventually takes us to this area. Let's see. I want this item as well. Is there an item up here? No? Why is there a slope there? Whatever. Ooh, a shed shell is an interesting item. It makes it so you can switch out regardless of the opponent's abilities. So if you would be trapped by like magnet pull or arena trap or shadow tag or whatever, then shed shell will prevent that ability from keeping you in battle. Anyways, so we can just continue going down here, or we could just go up this way and get caught up in a battle. See, dragon Pokemon are sacred beings. I mean, I guess dragon Pokemon are cool, but there are other Pokemon that are just as cool in my opinion. That's not even a dragon. I mean, it evolves into one. Okay, then. Let's just use Ice Beam. And let me guess, are you gonna send out, like, Vibrava next, not even a Flygon? Because seeing a Flygon would be cool. I like Flygon a lot. Level 59, which is nice. Okay, who is next? Yep, a Vibrava. You know, I'm just gonna keep the Gion in because the Ice Beam will destroy this thing. I swear if this thing paralyzes me, I'm gonna be very disgruntled. Yay! Disgruntled! Jerk. This is what you get. Okay. If this thing somehow lives, I would be very surprised. But it doesn't. Cool. Okay. Let me just switch. Yeah, it's not good enough for a Pokemon to just be tough. It's not good enough for a trainer to just work hard. Both have to grow together. And not paralyze me with Dragon Breath. That's what works. Okay, Cosmos, you can go in the lead. Up here, no items. Just go all the way through. And you will need some HMs to navigate through this route, but you should be fine. And this will eventually take you pretty much towards the end of the route. But, oh, another shiny stone. Neat. That's like, what, the third one the game gives you? But I'm just going to continue going through the other path because there's some interesting things there. Oop, nope, I want to go this way. So, first off, there's this house. Now, this house is pretty interesting because if you talk to this old man here, your quest for power has brought you here. Very well. Let me reward your passion with some absolutely astounding moves. Astounding? They're the ultimate moves. Shall I teach them to your Pokemon? To which Pokemon? So, he will teach any of your starter Pokemon a special move. So, I don't want these moves, but these are the Pokemon that can learn the moves listed here. Charizard, Typhlosion, Blaziken, and Infernape can learn Blast Burn. Blastoise, Feraligatr, Swampert, and Empoleon can learn Hydro Cannon. Venusaur, Meganium, Sceptile, and Torterra can learn Frenzy Plant. These are all just versions of Hyper Beam that match the types of the starters. The Elemental Hyper Beams, as some people call them. Not really good moves because that recharge turn can actually really screw you over. Sure, they're powerful, but not that good, especially because Frenzy Plant wouldn't even do that good on Torterra because Torterra is more of a physical attacker, and Frenzy Plant, all the Elemental Hyper Beams are special moves. Anyways, there's water here, so let's talk about the Pokemon that you can find in the water. When you're surfing, you can find Poliwag and its evolved form Poliwhirl. So, these Pokemon are interesting because with Poliwhirl, you have the choice of either evolving it into Poliwrath with a Water Stone, which you can find in the underground, or if you let it hold a King's Rock and you trade it, you can evolve it into Politoed. So Poliwrath, first off, is interesting because it has the water fighting type, has access to moves like Hypnosis, some various fighting type moves, like Brick Break. That's really the only one that comes to mind, really, or Drain Punch, I guess. And I'd say, at least in this generation, I would probably say that Poliwrath is the more useful one, in my opinion. Maybe. I mean, it does have that weakness to Psychic and Flying, which is pretty bad. But, I don't know. Both of them just aren't really that good in this generation. Sure, they have access to, like, Belly Drum, which Poliwrath could probably make use of. But, I mean, it's not until later generations. The next one, basically, where Politoed becomes super useful, but that's not this generation. So, yeah. That's really it, I could say, for these two. But, I mean, the option is there if you want to catch it. I do like Poliwrath a lot. Maybe it's because a character had a Poliwrath in the Pokemon Adventures manga, but Poliwrath is still pretty cool. Same with Politoed. I do like both of them, but again, they're just not that useful in this game / generation. Okay, let's just continue on with this battle and knocking things out. Really? You lived through that? That's not good. That's not good. Because Marowak could actually deal quite a bit of damage if I'm not careful. I wonder if this trainer is making their... Ooh, this is gonna hurt. I wonder if this trainer is making their Marowak hold a Thick Club. Doesn't look like it. Because a Thick Club would double Marowak's attack stat. Which would hurt. Empoleon? What the piss did you get in Empoleon? Interesting. Very interesting. I don't think Aura Sphere will be enough to knock out the Empoleon. Because Cosmos isn't my strongest attacker out there. But who knows? Knockout, please. Yeah, no. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. This Empoleon was rude. Okay then, Genbu. Show that you're the better starter. Yeah, let's do that. Genbu isn't even gonna show anything, because Genbu's gonna be using this turn to revive Sync. I mean, Genbu's not doing the reviving, I am. But still, all the talk about Genbu being the better starter, and he's not even doing anything. Oh well. Okay, so what are you gonna send out next? That's what I want to know. A Zangoose? Interesting. I just like seeing this wide variety of Pokemon that you can see in the Battle Zone. I mean, the Battle Zone is a pretty small area compared to the rest of the Sinnoh region, but there's quite a lot of trainers for you to battle, and you're gonna be seeing things that you wouldn't see otherwise. Now this Zangoose is just being rude. Let's see. I want to use Aura Sphere. You know, Zangoose is one of the Pokemon that's... It's just one that I don't see a lot because it was a version exclusive for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And I mainly played Sapphire. And it doesn't show up in Emerald at all. So, I never really caught a Zangoose as much as I have caught other Pokemon. I don't know, it's just something that came to my mind. No, I'm A-okay according to that guy. Neat. Okay, then. And what's this item? TM37 Sandstorm. Fitting. Also, hold up. Let me, I am being interrupted. Sorry about that. Let me, just continue exploring. Let's see. We came from here. This is basically... Yep. And... who do I want? Yeah, I'll keep Cosmos in the lead still. I think this is the last trainer. Oh, nope, there's another trainer right there. Oh, you know what? There's a Pokemon I forgot to talk about. Holy crap. Sorry about that. But yeah, I am missing one more Pokemon here that can show up in this route that we haven't encountered yet, and that is Hippowdon. I don't know why I forgot about Hippowdon, because like it's right there in my notes. I think I just glossed over it, but yeah, Hippowdon is a very interesting Pokemon. It's a very bulky ground type. It can set up Sandstorm thanks to its ability. It has access to moves like Yawn. It can partially heal itself with Slack Off. It's actually pretty useful. It is a bit on the slow side, but I mean, that's just a thing that most bulky Pokemon usually have. They're usually pretty slow, but has access to moves like Earthquake and Stone Edge as well, which is a pretty decent just set of moves to have for type coverage. And I think you can actually learn the Elemental Fangs, I think, which helps give it some more type coverage. It's actually a pretty solid Pokemon that I would recommend using, especially if you just like bulky Pokemon in general. Yawn helps just let the opponent force, or it lets you force switches onto the opponent. Pretty cool Pokemon. And I don't know why I forgot about Hippowdon. Oh well. Now this Abomasnow is just gonna get bopped. Bringing an Abomasnow to the desert must be pretty weird. Oh well. I can't even imagine doing that, because like, I would imagine the desert is like super hot and everything, and that must suck for an Abomasnow, but oh well. Or maybe Abomasnow will help the trainer cool down? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. There's still more for this, or more of this route to explore. See, there's someone... somewhere there's someone who teaches Pokemon moves. I mean, there is the Elemental Hyper Beam tutor here. There's the guy up in the survival area. There's Snow Point City, although I don't recommend the Snow Point City move tutor. There's the one in Route 212. There's quite a few places for you to learn moves in this area. So, there you go. We have more of the EV reducing berries here. Not that I mind. These berries are pretty helpful. Now this house is very interesting. What happens if I read the books here? Old and difficult looking books here, beyond time and space. What is a space-time continuum? Let's see. Space in the galaxies, the beginning of space. Now, if you talk to this guy, he'll have something interesting to tell you. That badge. It's from Sunny Shore's gym? You've been to that port town then. Would you lend an ear to this old man's tale? No, I shouldn't burden you with this. My grandson grew up in that city by the sea. Worn down by trying to live up to his parents' expectations, he found refuge in tinkering with machines. I wonder even now if I should have taken him in and raised him myself. Though I'm not certain if that would have been a good choice or not. I don't think anyone could say. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said any of this to you. So, it's very much heavily implied that we've already met this person. I mean, we have met this person if the implications are correct, because there were a couple of NPCs who have mentioned that there was a boy named Cyrus that lived in Sunny Shore City who seemed pretty distant from others. And it's implied that that old man was talking about the very same Cyrus. The very same who ended up becoming the leader of Team Galactic. And who knows? His life might have turned out differently if his grandfather there took him in under his wing. But we'll never know. his life might have turned out differently. But it is a pretty sad thing if you think about it, that Cyrus, who I would imagine he seemed pretty smart, but just the constant pressure of trying to live up to his parents' expectations and maybe not getting the care that he would have wanted from them, or maybe the love that he wouldn't have wanted from them. Maybe if he got that from his grandfather, again, things could be very, very different. Now, this NPC actually is not here in Diamond and Pearl. In Diamond and Pearl, there's actually an old guy here, and the books actually are replaced with books about, like, psychic powers and whatnot, so it's implied that in Diamond and Pearl that the old man living there is actually Lucian's grandfather, because, like, there's the books about psychic powers and whatnot. But, yeah, I do like that they changed it up here in Platinum by adding in Cyrus's, grandfather. So, just a neat thing. Anyways, Gallade mirror match. I know Sync here only has half of his HP left, but I have faith. I have faith that Sync is the cooler Rude. Oh well. Okay, let me just, let's get a Zen headbutt in this time. Protect. What can this Gallade even do? I mean, it could probably deal a ton of damage if it bothered to attack, but oh well. Ooh. Almost a one-hit KO, but the Sandstorm is on our side. Thank you, Sandstorm. Thank you very much. That could have ended very differently for Sync, but oh well. One less revive for me to use. I lost, but my vision of the future came true. Okay, then. Don't use that power for bad. I don't even know what I would do if I could see into the future. I don't think I would want to see into the future. Anyways, now that we're done with Route 228, let's move on to Route 229. Route 229 is pretty interesting. There are some new Pokemon for us to find here as well. Let's see if this is one of them. That was not one of the new Pokemon, it was a Roselia. Anyways, we have a double battle here. Actually, this is a pretty interesting double battle that I want to talk about. Welcome to my Pokemon show! You're willing to battle? Let me see what you have. So, let's talk about the new wild Pokemon before I talk about these trainers. Felix and Dana. Anyways, the first new wild Pokemon that we can find here is Pidgey. Pidgey is... Ooh, hold up, I need to heal up. Anyways, Pidgey is a very... It's the first, like, normal flying early game bird. I was gonna say normal flying early game flying Pokemon, but that would have been redundant. But yeah, it's the very first, like, early game bird Pokemon. It's interesting in that it's pretty bulky compared to something like Staraptor, but it doesn't get that many interesting moves. It has an interesting ability called Tangled Feet, which will boost its speed, I think, when it's confused. But, yeah, that's, really all I can say. You can pretty much get it to be fully evolved into a Pidgeot at this point in the game, especially, like, in this route, since you'll be catching it at a high level. But it's, not as good as, like, Staraptor. It does get Heat Wave thanks to the move tutor in the survival area and Air Slash, so it could be used as a bit of a special attacker in that regard, but yeah, it'll take a little bit for this Pokemon to get good. Give it a couple more generations before Pidgeot becomes useful. Anyways, next up, if you're playing in the morning, you can find Ledian. Ledian is, not a good Pokemon. It's, a bug flying type, has that weakness to rock that's just gonna absolutely destroy. Its stats aren't that good. It's an early game bug Pokemon, usually, but at this point in Platinum, it's found at the end of the game, so it's not gonna be that useful at all. But during the nighttime, you can find its counterpart, Ariados. Ariados, at least, is a little bit more useful, has access to the move Spider Web, which will prevent the opponent from switching out. And it's useful for at least having a Smeargle to sketch that move, at the very least, but yeah, Ariados otherwise isn't that good of a Pokemon either. I do like Ariados a lot. It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon. It can get some interesting moves like Psychic and just things like that, but otherwise it's just not that good. Anyways, really rude. How dare you knock out Gembu. Anyways, next up, you can find Volbeat here. Volbeat is also not a really good bug type. I think it has access to the move Tail Glow, which will boost its special attack. And maybe Helping Hand to help in double battles, I think. I don't even know if it gets that or not, but it's just not that good. Same with the other Pokemon you can find here, Illumise. It's another bug type. It's basically the female counterpart to Volbeat. Although, like, they aren't related. Same with, like, Ledian and Ariados aren't related. They're just, like, they were version exclusive counterparts in previous games. Anyways, yeah, Illumise also isn't that good, aside from having Tail Glow, so that's really all I have to say about it. Next up, if there's a mass outbreak in this route, you can find the Pokemon Pinsir, an infinitely much better Pokemon than the other bug types that we can find in this route that we've already gone over. Pinsir, its stats are decent enough. It has access to some interesting moves, like I think it actually can get close combat. I might be wrong on that, but it gets Brick Break, X Scissor for a nice same type attack bonus move. It's interesting in that regard, and it's pretty useful for a bug type, I would say. I mean, there's other bug types that are better than it, like Heracross or Scizor, but this one still has its uses. That's really all I can say about that. Now, next up, if you have, well, you will have the Poké Radar at this point, but if you use the Poké Radar, you could find Venonat, or its evolved form, Venomoth. So contrary to its appearance, Venomoth is not immune to ground-type moves. It's a bug poison type. It doesn't have the ability to levitate or anything, so ground-type moves can still hit it. Gets Bug Buzz, Poison Powder. Does it get Sleep Powder and Stun Spore? It might. I think it has the ability Compound Eyes, which will boost its accuracy. So there's that. But I'd say it's a better bug poison type than like Dustox, at least in my opinion. You can get like Psybeam, maybe Psychic. So yeah, that's really it for the new Pokemon we can find in the grass. Now these two trainers here, one of them had a Kirlia and a Dusclops, the other had... No, one of them had a Mightyena and a Kirlia, the other had a Salamence and a Dusclops. These two trainers, with them having these Pokemon and saying things like, oh, we'll show you a good show, or whatever, these are a reference to two characters from the Pokemon movie Jirachi the Wishmaker. They are a reference to Butler and Diane, who had those exact same Pokemon. It's a pretty neat reference that I don't think the localizers of Platinum caught, but still, just neat. Hey, there's a Pidgey. Okay then. Now if this Pidgey ends up knocking out Gembu, that would be pretty sad. I don't think that's gonna be the case, but it's possible. No, that didn't happen. Now I think this item here that I'm going after, which requires cut, I think it's a Reaper Cloth. I'm right. Of course I'm right. Of course I remember that small little detail. No item. Wild Battle. At least let me see new wild Pokemon. Or fight trainers. I'm down with that too. When eyes meet, that's when a battle starts. That's something you would expect, like, an early game trainer to say. I mean, at this point, it's obvious. Ooh, Duck Trio. Do you have Arena Trap? It's not like it matters, because I'm just going to Seed Bomb this thing to oblivion. Gosh. Seeing Duck Trio, it always just makes me think of that really, really early episode in the Pokemon anime with, like, the Diglett and the Duck Trio that are trying to prevent, I think it's like, they're preventing a dam from being built or something. And there's one scene where there's a bunch of them are at night and they're like, Diglett dig, trio, trio, trio. I think everyone remembers that episode. But it always pops up in my mind. My mind. Jeez, I'm having trouble speaking today. But it always pops up in my mind whenever I think of Duck Trio. Let's see. Can I just hit through the confusion? Please? No? Rude. Yeah, this Ninetales can't really do much. Surf? Yes. I like Ninetales a lot. Ninetales... it's just a cool Pokemon. Maybe at some point when I play through another Pokemon game, I might want to use one. I mean, I've used Ninetales before, but I wouldn't mind using another one. Ooh, a Raichu. You know what? No, I'll keep a Gion in. I have Earth Power for this. Let's see. Earth Power. Yeah, this thing can't do anything to me. Oh, Raichu. I remember, when I was really young playing through Pokemon Emerald, I thought the Light Ball also worked on Raichu. The Light Ball is a held item that Pikachu can sometimes have that would double its special attack in the 3rd generation. Later generations, it's both its attack and special attack, but when I was playing through Emerald, I used the Raichu in that game for a little bit, and I thought that the Light Ball would double its attack. Or double its special attack. What are you doing here? Oh, I think I remember this NPC. Also, here's a Volbeat. I like Volbeat's cry. I don't know. It's just cool. Crunch. Crunch and Munch. Double Edge! You get Double Edge? Interesting. Is this enough? No. Interesting. Okay, will Buzz knock Genbu out? Yes! Wow. Okay, then. Cosmos. That's embarrassing. Let's do that. I don't even think there's any other trainers left in this route to fight anyways, so I'm not gonna be worried too much about healing or anything. I could be wrong on that. You know, I'm gonna just continue to put Cosmos in the lead. So now you! Were you looking for me? Did you miss me? Wish I had a new nugget of wisdom to share with you, but alas I don't. So I'll have to make it up to you with this. He just gives us a nugget. Just give us a solid ball of gold. Why not? A second one? That's 10,000 Pokédollars. Are you okay, sir? Giving me that much money? Huh. Oh, there is another trainer here. What are you doing here? You're just chilling. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with just chilling. Spinda. Spinda is a very interesting Pokemon. It's just... don't try to collect every variation of Spinda. It's not possible. Will Aura Sphere knock it out? Yes, good job. You know, Cosmos is probably going to reach level 60 by the end of this battle. I find that Cosmos is easier to level up than my other party members. I think it's just because Cosmos's, like, just experience curve, I guess, when it comes to leveling up is... Like, it levels up easier compared to my other party member, especially Sync. Sync is, requires more experience to level up than my other party members, I've noticed. Oh, he knocked that one out too. Good. This were later generations, that move would not be super effective on Ramble. But this isn't later generations. Kecleon. Sure, I want to fight a Kecleon. Let's see. Sucker Punch. Now, if this Kecleon lives through Aura Sphere, then I can just use Air Slash. It all works out. Now, I'm sure this is the last trainer. No. Well, again, I have Air Slash. I guess we're gonna use Sucker Punch or something. No. Okay, then. Yeah, Kecleon, it's always an interesting Pokemon to fight just because of its ability. But, I mean, if you're able to make its ability work for you, then more power to you. See, everyone can do their part to keep nature clean. Doesn't take much. I agree. Anyways, there's an item here, and there's also some water, which means we can talk about the Pokemon that you can find here through surfing. And a protein. Anyways, you can find the Pokemon Surskit, as well as its evolved form, Masquerain. The most interesting thing about them is that Masquerain will have the ability Intimidate. Otherwise, it's just a bug flying type. It would have been interesting if it kept Surskit's bug water type, but yeah, there's nothing really special about this set of bug Pokemon, so don't even bother. I'd say, like, it's probably one of the lesser, or the least, it's not the least useful bug type in this route that you can find, but it's, I mean, Intimidate does help, but there's better Intimidate users. I'd say the best bug type that you can find on this route is Pinsir, and it's not even here most of the time because it's only available through swarms. But yeah, that's really it for the new wild Pokemon we could find. We've beaten all the trainers here. We're pretty much at the end of the route. If we just continue going this way... Oh, this fence is blocking my path. This fence wasn't here in Diamond and Pearl. I have to go around. Rude. Let's see. Can I just avoid any wild Pokemon? No? Can I at least see an Illumise? Because we haven't seen one. I'm not going to be able to see Ledian or Ariados since it's not morning or night. I mean, like, I'm not going to catch Illumise or anything, but I still want to see it. You know what? Fine. Be a jerk, Illumise. I don't want to see you anyways. But we've made it to the end of the route, so let's head on down here to the resort area. It's a pretty cozy place, but we're not going to explore it in this episode. We're just going to heal up and save exploring this place for the next episode, because there's quite a little bit of things to see here, I guess. But anyways, we talked about a lot of wild Pokemon that we could find in both routes 228 and 229. And now we're here. We're almost done exploring the battle zone, which is, I guess, good progress. So next time on Pokemon Platinum, we're going to explore the resort area and see where we go from there. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time for some more Pokemon Platinum. Later!